What's good, Niner gang? You're watching, the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Be sure to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we're closing in on 44,000 subscribers. Hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/49erstv. Here's what we have cooking up on today's show. I'm going to do a record prediction from here on out until the end of the regular season. Right now, the 49ers sitting at 4-5. So let's first take a look at the results for the 49ers schedule so far, and then who they have to play until the end of the regular season. Week 1, it was a thrilling matchup as we were riding the seesaw. Win against the Detroit Lions, 41-33. Niners go back on the road in Week 2 in Philadelphia, get a very good win against a physical team, 17-11 the final there. Week 3 is kind of where the season took a turn for the worse. They should have beaten the Green Bay Packers. 37 seconds left. Aaron Rodgers able to drive down the field. Game-winning Mason Crosby field goal at the end of regulation. That was certainly a gut punch. Then the 49ers lost again against the rival Seattle Sea Chickens. Could have won that game as well. Could have won the following week. In Trey Lance's first career start as a starting quarterback in the NFL, they fall to a very good Arizona Cardinals team by a final score of 17-10. Week 6, it was an opportunity for the 49ers to regroup. Unfortunately, though, for them, they come back on Sunday Night Football at home, and they were awful at home up until Monday night against the Los Angeles Rams as we're recording this on Tuesday. Lost in Week 7 against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 8, they go on the road. Hand an L to the Chicago Bears. Very impressive win at 33-22. Week 9 against the Arizona Cardinals. They come back home. You're thinking, okay, Colt McCoy is playing. Kyler Murray is out. DeAndre Hopkins out as well. And it was probably one of the worst, if not the worst, losses of the Kyle Shanahan regime, going down 31-7 to a depleted Cardinals team at home. After that, Week 10, Monday Night Football. Kyle Shanahan was in his bag as a play caller. Jimmy Garoppolo played well. Jimmy Ward, arguably the MVP, coming through with 2 interceptions. Deebo Samuel was balling out as well, able to be victorious against a very good and talented Los Angeles Rams team with a final score of 31-10 in that matchup to push the 49ers record to 4-5 on the season. The remaining games, let's take a look. Week 11 on the road against the Jags. Week 12 against the Vikings. Week 13 on the road against the Seahawks. Week 14 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 15 at home against the Atlanta Falcons. From here on out, the 6th easiest schedule among all teams in the NFL, 49ers have a great opportunity to continue to be in the NFC playoff hunt and get into the playoffs and stack up these dubs. Last 3 games of the regular season. Week 16 against the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. That is Christmas week. Week 17 at home against the Houston Texans. And Week 18, they round out the regular season against the Rams. Will Kyle Shanahan be able to win his 6th consecutive game against Sean McVay? He has been his daddy. He has been the owner of Sean McVay. Will it continue in Week 18? We'll find out in several weeks. Before I predict all of the games remaining on this schedule, it's your opportunity now to do some predictions yourself and be a part of the show. What will be the 49ers' final record? Prior to the season, I said 11, 12 wins. You let me know right now in the comment section. Big game on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And while the Jaguars have improved every week, this is a bad football team that is bereft of premier talent, whereas San Francisco has a lot of premier talent. I think the Niners have the talent edge. I think they have the coaching edge. They're going to a tricky place to play given the humidity in Jacksonville. But as 7-point favorites, coming off the momentum that you were able to establish against the Rams, there is no way, and I mean no way, you can lose this football game. And I think the Niners are going to win it. I think the final score is going to be San Francisco 28, Jacksonville 20. They're going to be able to cover that touchdown line to even up the record at 5-5 on the year. As we continue to progress moving forward in this schedule. How about NFL Week 12? San Francisco going to come back home to what may become the friendly confines once again of Levi's Stadium against a Minnesota Vikings team that I think people sleep on and is a little bit underrated. Here's what is working in the Niners' favor. It's going to be a primetime 4:25 p.m. Eastern matchup. Kirk Cousins, later games, he stinks. So give me the Niners to win once again. 24-20 is my final score prediction. And with that win, the Niners are going to be able to push their record to 6-5. So they're able to string now together 3 wins in a row to get a game above 500 as they continue to be in the mix in the NFC playoff picture. Now, it's going to be tough for them to win the division. That's why it's crucial to win these games against the Vikings types of teams, because Vikings in the NFC playoff hunt as well. This is going to be a monster matchup in that late 4:25 p.m. Eastern window. Make sure you subscribe to the 49ers Report by hitting that red subscribe button down below. But if you like the NFL, we're pushing out free daily videos covering the latest NFL news and rumors as well. And while we're getting closer to 44,000 subscribers here on the 49ers Report, we surpassed the other day 267,000 subscribers on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. So if you like content from the 49ers Report, I guarantee you're going to like our Chat Sports content as well. Just go to youtube.com/chatsportstv and subscribe to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. We move ahead in our record prediction, NFL Week 13, and I know that Kyle Shanahan has been able to own Sean McVay, but Pete Carroll and that defense that's been bad the last couple of years, sometimes and somehow rises up to the occasion, and they end up playing very good against a Kyle Shanahan offense. Now, this is going to be a Sunday Night Football matchup. I know the Seahawks don't have a lot of talent. Russell Wilson's still coming back off that finger injury. They were shut out last week against the Green Bay Packers. Unfortunately, folks, I think the Seahawks are going to be victorious in this matchup. I don't know what it is. They always play very well against San Francisco, and it seems as though they've done that my entire lifetime. So I think Seattle wins this game 18-14 to get the 49ers back to 6-6. The good news is the rest of the regular season is pretty easy outside of that season finale against the Los Angeles Rams. Niners in Week 14 go on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals aren't the Bungles. They're pretty good. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, that defense is much improved. They went on the road a couple weeks ago and dump trucked the Baltimore Ravens, a Ravens team that I think is pretty good in the AFC. But the last couple of weeks they've cooled down a little bit. This is not a game that you can take lightly. And this is a game that cannot be a trap game considering where the Niners are going to be in the NFC playoff hunt. I think the Niners play well, and I think that offense finds a groove, and I think they find a rhythm, and they play a lot like they did against the Rams. They put up 31 points against Los Angeles. I think they put up 35 against Cincy on the road. Final score, 35-27. They get back a game above 500. Then in NFL Week 15, Niners come back to home, to Levi Stadium, to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I know the Falcons were abysmal, and I mean disastrous against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys really beat the brakes off ATL, but ATL, under first-year head coach Arthur Smith, has shown some signs of growth, and you can't take this team lightly either. NFL, any given week, an upset can happen. An upset does not happen against the Falcons. I think the Niners win by a touchdown here to move that record to 8-6. And with a couple of games left, they're looking pretty good as far as making the playoffs as a wild card team. They have their way with ATL. They caused a couple of Matt Ryan turnovers at home, and the home fans have something to cheer about. NFL Week 16. This is a tricky matchup. Not only is Tennessee really good, they're also very physical, even without Derrick Henry. And I think Mike Vrabel is overlooked far too much. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL because he simply wins games. Kyle Shanahan hasn't won a lot of games. Mike Vrabel does. But everybody talks about Kyle Shanahan because he's some offensive genius. He certainly looked like that against the Rams on Monday Night Football. But because this is a short week, going up against a physical team, I think the Titans are going to be able to win on a last-second field goal. The Niners go down in this matchup on Christmas week. 8-7 is their record after this game with 2 more games left on the docket. It's going to be a tricky matchup. I think Ryan Tannehill is pretty good. Julio Jones will probably be back at this point. A.J. Brown, really, really good wide receiver as well. That defense was terrible last year. They've been much better this year. Speaking of this being Christmas week, I know Hanukkah is going to be in play. I know Christmas is going to be right around the corner. My stepdad is Jewish, so we celebrated Hanukkah growing up. I love Christmas. Producer Coop is Jewish as well. He celebrates Hanukkah. No matter what you do and what holiday you celebrate. What are you going to be doing for the holidays? Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to go back to see, and I'll interact with you guys in the comment section. 2 more predictions to get to. Houston Texans on the road to take on the Niners. Is it going to be Davis Mills? Is it going to be Tyrod Taylor? Who cares? This team sucks. I can't believe they hired David Culley, a journeyman assistant coach who had no head coaching experience. He's been bad. The Texans have been bad, and they're going to be bad in this game. And because of that, Niners going to be able to be dominant in this Week 17 performance. 33-17 is my final. Jimmy Garoppolo throws for a couple of touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell runs for another one. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, they get it together in the pass game as well. And with that, it sets up a fascinating matchup going into the final week of the regular season. 9-7 record going into Week 18. Is Kyle Shanahan going to be able to continue to own Sean McVay? 6-3 all time. He's won the last 5. Why is that going to change? I don't think it does. Niners punch their ticket to the playoffs in NFL Week 18. I'm here for it. You're all here for it. They win in the final seconds on a Robbie Gould field goal to take down Los Angeles. You put them in shambles, and the Niners able to get into the playoffs and finish the year at 10-7. It looked like a disaster to start the year at 3-5. The Monday Night Football win made the record 4-5. They finished 10-7. That's a pretty damn good end to the regular season. I think they finish at 10-7. What do you think the 49ers record will be? Let me know once again in the comment section right now.